You know him, I know him, the world knows Odell Beckham Jr. What we do not know about Odell Beckham Jr. is what is he at this point? It's been a year since we've seen him on a football field. He's coming off another ACL injury. He's getting a little bit older, and teams just don't know his value. They do not know his worth. And I don't blame them. It's a tricky situation. We've rarely ever seen any like it. Now, the workout suggests that OBJ is healthy. But what is he in 2023 if he's healthy? Personally, I think he's still really good. I think OBJ, when healthy, is still a very good number 2 who, just as he did with the LA Rams, can complement your number 1 wide receiver, put you over the top, make key plays in key situations, and help you win a Super Bowl, because that's what he did with the Rams. A lot of people underappreciate how good he was the last time we saw him, because he was a key cog in that playoff run for the Los Angeles Rams. OBJ also has matured off the field as a leader and a great guy to have inside of your locker room. I believe that he can still play. I'm not saying he's in his prime. I'm not saying he's New York Giant, one-hand catch Odell Beckham Jr., but I do believe he's still a really capable number 2 receiver. He wants maybe more than he's worth in the eyes of NFL teams. But I get it. He wants what he thinks he's worth. So that's why he's still available. That's why he's still a free agent. That's why he's still out there for any NFL team to sign. These are the 5 best landing spots for the iconic Odell Beckham Jr. The teams that I think fit OBJ at this point in his career the best, keeping in mind his wants, their wants, and how he may fit on their team schematically. Let's go. Kicking off my list for the top 5 OBJ landing spots. At number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens need a receiver, period. And if they want to appease their young superstar quarterback before giving him a contract to maybe soften those negotiations and lighten up Lamar Jackson a little bit, OBJ would be a good start. Odell Beckham Jr. would instantly be their number 1 wide receiver, would instantly be their most talented receiver on the depth chart, and would instantly give Lamar Jackson a perimeter threat within this new offense. Post Greg Roman, now running with Todd Monken, I believe that this is going to be a pass-heavier offense. It's not going to be such a run-heavy offense. That's what Greg Roman's specialty was. But I believe the Ravens want a fresh, new approach, and wide receiving play is going to be more important, more crucial to success. It would also take some pressure off of Mark Andrews in the middle of the field, so teams can't really double him all the time. It would also take some stress off of Rashad Bateman, who's coming off of a major injury, to give Lamar Jackson multiple threats at wide receiver, and this is the position that the Ravens need to upgrade the most, so Odell going to that team makes sense. It's a strong culture that's used to winning, a superstar quarterback that Odell would want to play with, and it would help Lamar with the contract. My 4th best landing spot for OBJ in 2023 is my New England Patriots. The Patriots have long been enamored with Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. And it all starts up top with their head coach, Bill Belichick, who's long been a fan of Odell's game. Odell has also long been a fan of Bill Belichick and the Patriot way. And although there's no Tom Brady there to tie them together, because Odell has said in the past that it would have been perfect if Brady was there and Bill was there and he could join that team, and he would have already if that was the case. Still, the Patriots now more than ever have an opportunity to sign Odell Beckham Jr. They need a perimeter threat at wide receiver to complement Juju, who they just brought in for Mac Jones. They need a real guy that Mac Jones can throw the ball to down the field at the intermediate level, and a real guy that actually strikes some fear into defenses' hearts. And even though he's not the same player, OBJ still does that for opponents. Mac could have another weapon. This could help take the Patriots offense over the top. It's a big brand, a big sports city that would adore OBJ, and it's a pretty good team with a great culture. I think Odell fits in New England. It's just a matter of if he will buy into Mac Jones as that dude at quarterback, because I know that might be a sticking point for him, is superstar quarterback play. And Mac Jones has not proven that yet. But if they can convince him in New England that Mac can be that guy with Odell's help, it may very well happen. My number 3 landing spot for OBJ is a return to New York, but not the Giants. The New Jersey Jets. Yes, the New York Jets are my number 3, mostly because of Aaron Rodgers. We've long heard the rumors of Aaron Rodgers and Odell teaming up, and the Packers never made that move. The Packers were stubborn to make any sort of move at the wide receiver position, but the Jets are a different animal. With Aaron Rodgers now, the Jets are basically at the mercy of Aaron Rodgers. He has become the new general manager of the New York Jets, and that means that anything he says must go, because if not, he could walk out that door at any second. That means that Odell is likely to be a New York Jet. Odell loves New York. It would be a welcome home for Odell. He fits the city, he fits the market, he can take the pressure, he actually lives for it. Aaron Rodgers needs a receiver there, and a big name like Odell would definitely get his blood flowing in New York. And a nice compliment on the outside to Garrett Wilson is exactly what the Jets need. Especially a guy like Odell, who can also teach Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, a couple things about being a receiver in the NFL. And you need some experience, some championship experience on this football team who's very young with the Jets. So Odell would fit the city, the culture, the quarterback who he loves, and Rodgers loves some Odell, and he'd also help this roster out from a leadership standpoint. Makes a lot of sense to me. My number 2 landing spot for Odell Beckham Jr. is the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are the team that I think would benefit the most on this list from an Odell addition, because I think he's a perfect fit within their offense as an intermediate to deep route runner who can really help take pressure off of Stephon Diggs. There's far too much pressure on Stephon Diggs in this offense to come through play after play, clutch moment after clutch moment with a catch. Since Cole Beasley really went downhill as a player and as a wide receiver, they have not had that number 2 threat that defenses have to deal with and worry about. Too much pressure on Josh Allen to move and escape and make magic on his own with his right arm and his legs. And too much on Stephon Diggs, oftentimes in big games being double covered. You need a guy that can take stress off that, and OBJ is that type of guy. You can play him on the outside, and you can have him win one-on-ones, because that's what he can still do. That's what he showcased with LA, and it took a ton of pressure off Cooper Kupp and gave Matthew Stafford another guy to throw the ball to in key situations, which just made their offense extremely difficult to stop. And that's what I think he could do for Stephon Diggs here. He could also open up Diggs to move into the slot a little bit more, which is where they've really missed a productive player with Cole Beasley not being that same guy. So I think he just opens this offense up immensely. On top of that, you have his buddy Von Miller in Buffalo. He wants to play with a great quarterback. Josh Allen certainly fits the bill. And the Buffalo Bills are desperate for a championship. And if they want one, they're going to have to make a big time move. Why not Odell Beckham Jr.? My number 1 landing spot for OBJ is, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs. Is this the most likely landing spot? Maybe? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a great fit. The Chiefs just let go of Juju Smith-Schuster, who, first of all, is a big name in his own right, is a big personality in his own right, and he had no problem fitting into that culture. Andy Reid is notorious and well known for his ability to fit in a bunch of different personalities and a bunch of different players into that culture. And I think that's what makes him a unique coach and a unique leader. And OBJ going there, I don't think it would be such a big deal. It'd just be another day at the office for Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has proven himself to this point as a 2-time Super Bowl champion who can lead, and he is the guy right now. So Odell would definitely respect him and would want to play with him. And again, this is another number 2 scenario, right? Travis Kelce is the guy. He's the number 1. He's the alpha. What OBJ is at this point. You don't want him as your number 1 truly. You want him as more of a 2. So him as a complement, especially as a vertical complement to Travis Kelce, with the ability to create yards after catch and win on the inside at the intermediate level, that can help Travis Kelce. And then you don't have to rely on a second-year Sky Moore to break out. You don't have to rely on Kadarius Toney to actually stay healthy, which is a big if. Since Juju is gone, you need another reliable receiver. And Odell might be able to give you that guy, especially because he might come cheaper to the Chiefs than most other teams because of what they've built, because of the culture they offer, and because of the championship that may be in their future. So OBJ to the Chiefs makes the most sense out of all of these teams, but any of these 5 do seem like landing spots for Odell Beckham Jr. Let me know your favorite in the comment section below, and let me know what you think OBJ is at this point in his career. Do you think, like me, he's still a very good player, just not great? Or do you think he's okay? Or do you think, he doesn't have it, he's washed? Let me know in the comment section below. It's Mitch, thank you so much for watching. Gronk, spike the like button. Thanks for watching. Peace.